Good afternoon, everybody. It's 12:30. I'm late today again. I've been in a lot of mentoring calls and onboarding some new authors into our program today, which is really, really exciting. And now I'm free for the rest of the day, although I have a lot of admin work I've got to get sorted out. So today I thought I'd talk a little bit about this perfectionism loop that a lot of us can get stuck into. I'm just making sure I'm live. And if there are any comments, if you're watching this on a recording or you're watching it on a replay, write down for me live or replay. And of course, by all means, share any questions or comments as I talk through the perfectionism loop. So one of my mentors, now 13 years ago, said perfectionism equals insanity and looping. Hey, Tash. So perfectionism equals insanity and looping. And it makes so much sense. And from there on in, I've been saying to my authors, guys, we got to focus on progress over perfectionism, because 90% of something is better than 100% of nothing. Often I find a lot of people, I'm such a perfectionist, and they really, really, really pride themselves on that. Yes, it's all well and good. However, how long does it actually take you to get things done, right? Because what I often find is we need to bring something into the world and then perfect it, right? Bring it out and then start to, because you don't know, you're not going to get the feedback that you need to get. And if you hold on to it, you're wasting so much time. You're just looping and looping around. And as time passes, guess what? You change. So this is why writing a book in 3 to 4 months, which is kind of the process when someone comes into our retreat and goes to the publishing and all that kind of stuff, is nice and rapid, because you still stay relevant to the version of you that it is now. So often I've had authors into my program, and maybe something happened, life got in the way, and they took a little bit longer to finish, and they come around like sort of 10 months later or so, and they go, oh, Nat, everything's changed. I went back and looked at my work, and it's like, I need to rewrite it. Like, things have changed, my life's evolved, I've overcome this particular challenge. And I said, of course they have. Like, nearly a whole year has passed, and you are a different version of you. You're not the person you were back then. You know more, you've experienced more. Maybe you've overcome a particular situation that at the time you hadn't overcome. So therefore, you're going to write it from a different perspective. Even if you're telling your own story, if you've written stuff about your story 5 to 10 years ago, that's not how you're going to feel about those things right now from today's standpoint. Yeah. So this is why going about in loops, or we like to say moving around deck chairs, doesn't serve us. So how do we overcome this perfectionism loop? It's by letting go. It is really by letting go and go, you know what? It's good enough for now. Let's keep going. Let's get on to the next thing. I'm sure some of my books have mistakes. In fact, I'm definitely sure that they do. Even the most traditionally published books out into this world by the big publishers, Hay House, Random House, Penguin, all of those guys, they still have errors. I don't know about you guys. I read books and I find typos, I find little layout mistakes and things like that. Not like everywhere, like all over the place, but I pick them up at least 3 or 4 times throughout a book that I'm reading. So it doesn't matter. That stuff is fixable. With today's world of print on demand, we can update the files and we can re-upload the file and of your book, and boom, it's the latest version with its little error fixed up and all that sort of stuff. I think often we think, oh, I'm going to be judged. Whatever. Imagine me mentoring people to write and publish books that has a couple of mistakes in her books. People like really, really pick on, oh, you help people write books, you should be perfect, right? Well, I'm not perfect, and I don't even claim to be perfect. And I know that I rush and I get things out, and I forgot to put this, or and that's okay, because you know what? I keep taking steps forward. And then I perfected. Do you think the ultimate 48-hour author program 10 years ago was what it is today. It's not. But I basically had this idea. I wanted to have this all-inclusive program. I did the number crunching, I put together an offer, and I put it out into the world. Didn't have any templates, didn't know how the retreat was going to rerun, didn't have any systems, didn't know what fun things I was going to do. I just said yes. I picked the date. And when people started to sign up, I went, shit, what are we going to do this weekend? How's the run sheet going to do? My handouts were like single pieces of paper at the retreat, whereas now we've got the workbooks, we've got the automated emails, we've got the templates. Like, it's like, like such a well-oiled machine. And people go, Nat, you're so organized. You're so well, everything like seems to be neatly all, it wasn't like that. It really wasn't like that. Every retreat, we have a new distinction, a new realization as to how to do things better next time, a new process or system. Maybe getting payments for books this way doesn't work anymore. Now with the introduction of artificial intelligence, we're using and encouraging our authors to use those additional support tools and all that kind of stuff. There's just so much that has developed and grown, but we're perfecting it. We put it out in the world. Put it out there, perfect it later. Put it out there, perfect it later. Get the feedback, because you'll get the feedback immediately. So how do you then also handle people who are criticizing you, people who are going, because people are always going to do that. People are always going to do that. You're going to have your followers and the people that really enjoy learning from you and they like your energy, your vibe, all that kind of stuff. And then you're going to have the ones, who does she think she is? How can you write a book that's any good in 48 hours? Or all of that, all of those things that, people will say, oh, they're too expensive. They just, say things from externally, not even experiencing what actually happens internally. So often people judge the external. Yeah, they judge a book by its cover. Yeah, and they make judgments without actually going to find out the depth and the detail and what actually happens behind the scenes. If they actually did that, they would realize actually the reality of how things unfold, what support there is. How does it happen in 48 hours? How does then the good, highly professional book come out into the world? There's so many different things, but the thing is, they only make judgments or smirky remarks because they don't really know what's on the inside. They're judging the book by its cover. So what you need to know when people are criticizing you, they really haven't gone to the extent of understanding. They're looking at the external, and perhaps there might be something about them that they don't like and not about you. Okay, so your best revenge in this world is success. Keep showing up, keep serving the people that enjoy learning from you, and that's all you can do. That's all you can do. The rest of the people can say stuff. It's going to bother you in early days of coming out, coming out with people and putting yourself out there and all that. And you might dwell on it probably for days and maybe a week or so, which is what I used to do. Now when someone says something, I'm like, oh, okay. And 3 seconds later, I just get on with it. I just get on with the things, because your best revenge is success. And the more successful you become, the thicker skin that you will grow. And it's not going to bug you. You just really will know what you want, what you don't want, who are the people you want to surround yourself by, and who you don't want. So remember, perfectionism equals insanity and looping. Have some rules that you set up for yourself as to, if you're going to write a book, you're going to give yourself a limit, 2 or 3 self-editing rounds, then I need to let it go and send it to an editor. Have a buddy or accountability. A program such as ours provides exactly those things, so that people are moving you along the timeline and not letting you tinker and just sit in one space, looping. And remember, progress over perfectionism. Put something out there, perfect it later, right? Because if you don't put it out there, you're wasting precious time. And we know time is money. Time is like a loss, fail fast, as they say. Successful people have learned how to fail fast and fix things fast and get on with the progress of their growth. And the most important thing is, the reason you need to progress is because people need and are waiting for what you've got to offer. So if you're not helping people today and you're waiting into your perfectionism loop for years and years on end and not putting anything out there in the world, there are people out there that are also missing out. So ultimately, at the end of the day, it is not about you. It is about helping the people you want to help. That's what we were put on this earth, is to serve others. And by serving others, our dreams also get taken care of. So I'll leave you with that message today. And hopefully tomorrow I will be exactly at midday, but we'll see. It's business hours. It's a work week. We've got to prioritize the things that are most important. So we're there for our clients and our customers. And if you have not seen me yet, put up the 10-year anniversary virtual party. I'm going to put the link below this video. Go and register for free. I've just contacted all my guest authors. There's going to be a variety of 10 of them over the last decade that have done amazing things as a result of publishing a book and working with us. We're going to have our team there. We're going to have awesome celebrations. It's going to be a 90-minute virtual party on Wednesday, 25th of October, 11 a.m. Melbourne time. That will be the day before for USA and Canada, the afternoon on a Tuesday. So I'll post the link for registration page, and then you'll get all the logistics and the Zoom link and how and what's going to happen. All right, guys, have an awesome day, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye.